So switching characteristic of CMOS inverter. Fine. So we are so this was your, let me draw the, say this was your input where rise and fall time is there existing, that's why a slope is there, and depending upon this input the output was there. Oh, I think here the space is left. Just erase this part, draw from here, and we are getting some low value here like this. Fine. So this was your V in, this was your V out, and since your input was low, so it was named as VOL, and this part was named as VOH. So corresponding to this here, output will be high, and when input attains 15%, 50%, then we say input is high. So that time the output will start decaying. So till here it will be retaining. From here it will start decaying, and the same case will happen here. When input reaches to 50%, then we say that input has reached to low value. So once it is low, the output will start rising, and somewhere here it will get stabilized. ठीक है. So what was the definition of TPHL? High to low transition for the output case. 50% from input to output. Okay, so 50% is here. So from this time to 50% of the output is here. So I can say this is the TPHL was the case. And here when we did the analysis, we got the two in this time there were, let's say this was T1 and this was T1. So in between there is a T1 dash time where the change in the mode of operation of the NMOS was seen, and here we have got one some level that once the output is up to this level, then it will retain in certain operation X operation, and then when it crosses this time, then it will enter into the Y region, and then we calculated TPHL. Now the same case will happen here. Now the definition of TPLH is 50% from input to output. So 50% from input means from here it will start to 50% output is nothing but the same line. This line will goes here. So this one. So we have to analyze this domain. Okay. Now coming to in this domain, then again the question comes in this domain, what will happen to the MOSFET regions of operation? So here for low to high transition, when high to low is going on, so which type of MOSFET is on in this case? Because input we are considering high, after 50% we are doing analysis. This means which transistor is on here, we are assuming NMOS is in the on state and PMOS is in the off state. Now here we are dealing with the after 50% means low transition. This means in this case what will happen? For this particular case, your NMOS will be in off state and PMOS will be in the on state. So once I know the PMOS is in the on state, whether any change in the region of operation will be there, or throughout this TPHL or throughout this TPLH, the region will be the same. So for that we will look the analysis of the inverter. So in the inverter, just recall that inverter. Let us briefly draw this diagram. Once again I will redraw this low to high transition diagram. Assuming my input is from high, it is going to low. Okay, so this is the ideal input here. Let's see here, this is here. So this is here VOL, this is VOH, this is the time axis, this is V in, and this is V out. So now 50% of the input means here only this alignment, this line is only itself. So from here only the output will start, like it will go, and this will go like this. So here somewhere 50% is there. It is so somewhere here 50%. Fine. So this region we have to see. So let us name T1 and T0 and T1 we have kept. So let's name as T2. This is 3, 3. Okay, so in this region, what happens? So, so for the CMOS inverter, this was the architecture. Here it is V in, here it is V out. Okay. And now this is off, this is on. So PMOS will draw. So when PMOS is on, so we'll write the equations. What will be VGS of P, VSG of P? Vs is VDD minus Vg of P. Vg of P is nothing but V in. And what is VSD of P? It is VDD minus V out. So at T2, at T2 what happens? VSD of P and VSG of P minus VTH of P mod. So these two comparison will do. So what is VSD of P? So VSD of P is nothing but VDD minus V out, and VSG is VDD minus V in minus mod of VTH of P. So in order to do the comparison, this VDD and this VDD is same. Okay. Here what should be the V out at T2 case? Here the V out is nothing but, because it is below 15, so definitely it is nothing but 0, or you can say VOL. And what about this V in? At this case, V in is assumed to be also low. Okay, because we have crossed the 50% of the input, so V in is VOL. So which relation will come here? Less than or greater than? So if we check
Greater
V,
than.
so it will be greater than or equal to. Once this relation holds true, then which region it is? It is nothing but the saturation region. So we have identified at this point the PMOS will in the saturation. Okay. And now what are the restrictions? So if we equate this equation, if we try to solve this equation in terms of V or V in, so this VDD will cancel out. So this V out minus minus sign will take common. So V out should be V in plus mod of VTH of P. And what is the case of V in, V out? Since here V out is changing, but here V in is constant to VOL. So what I will do here now, instead of V in, I will write here VOL plus mod of VTH of P and V out. So this is the necessary condition to maintain in saturation. Once this condition fails, this means once the condition prevail that V out becomes less than VOL plus VTHP, then it will enter into the linear region. So, so definitely from here we can say from here to here will be one region of operation, and then from here to here another region. So, so name this as a, let's say this is T3 dash. So from this analysis, I can say here that for this region, your PMOS will enter into the, not here, we'll write somewhere else. For this region, your PMOS is into the saturation, and for this region, your PMOS will be into the linear region. And what is this breakup point? This breakup point is nothing but VOL plus VTH of P. That is VOL plus VTH of P. Okay, so we got the necessary data to calculate the value of TP-LH now. So complete analysis we have done. Now we'll just substitute the values and we'll calculate the TP-HL. So for TP-LH, it is nothing but T3 minus T2, that can be also written as T3 minus T3 dash plus T3 dash minus T2. Okay, so in this region your PMOS will be into the linear region. In this region PMOS will be into the saturation region. Fine. Also we know this equation, if you recall, IDP minus IDN was equals to CL dV out by dt. So now in this PMOS NMOS is off, so it is nothing but 0. So we can write here ID of P is equals to CL into dV out by dt. So in this equation now we'll substitute the, so first we have to start with saturation because this is the earlier time. So IDP of IDP at the rate when my T3 dash sorry, we start with the lower time, no? That is T2 T T3 dash in this region. So it is in the linear region. So we'll write this equation that will be equals to dV out by dt. So now IDP of saturation is equals to half Kp Vsg of P minus mod of Vth of P whole square. So that is equals to half. So Kp. Now Vs is nothing but Vdd. Vsg is nothing but Vin minus mod of Vth of P whole square. Now substitute this value in this equation. So when you substitute, so what we can write here? Let's write here half Kp Vdd minus Vin minus mod of Vth of P whole square will be equals to Cl dV0 by dt. Now we have to calculate time. The same procedure, we will shift the time to the LHS. So dt will be here, and at this side what will happen? Cl divided by half Kp Vdd minus Vin minus mod of Vth of P whole square into dV out. So now what we will do? So we have to do the integration part. So integrate both the sides. What should be the limit? The lower limit is T2, higher limit is T3 dash. At T2, what is the voltage? Can anybody tell? Now in the graph you look at T2 point, what is the V out should be?
VOL.
VOL. And till what time it will go? T3 dash is nothing but VOL plus VTH of P. Sorry, here we put mod. Don't forget to put mod, otherwise the sign convention will be a problem. So here it is VOL and here it is VOL plus mod of VTH of P. Okay. So now comes the standard integration part. So in this, when you will integrate this, here we can easily get T3 dash minus T2, and here CL is constant. And what about V in? Whether V in is variable or it is a function of V out. So we'll look at the graph. So looking at the graph, what should be the V in this case? When the T2, where we are at T2 point. If you look at V in, at T2 point we are going, V in is nothing but we have assumed it is VOL point. So in the equation we will substitute VOL. At this place we will substitute, that is nothing but equal to VOL. So we see this is constant, this is constant, this is also constant, everything is constant. So I can take out outside. So VTH of P whole square, fine. And here what will dV out is nothing but simple. So V out will come here, and we have to just put the limit, that is VOL to VOL plus mod of VTH of P. Okay. So this part was easy. So directly we can compute now here that T3 dash minus T2 is equals to 2Cl. This 2 will go up, divided by Kp Vdd minus VOL minus mod of VTH of P whole square, and this VL will cancel out, so VTH of P will be left out. So here I can write mod of VTH of P. So this is equation 1. Okay. Now similarly we will go for the second half, where the PMOS enters into the this region, linear region. So again that equation, that IDP is equals to CL dV out by dt. So this IDP will be nothing but equals to, because it is in the linear region, so linear region equation we will use. So that is half Kp to VSG minus mod of VTH of P into VSD minus minus it was VSD square. Okay, and that is equals to C dV out by dt. The same process, dt you shift this side, so integration of dt will be equals to here CL. CL will be okay. CL let us keep inside only, and this is half Kp 2 into, let's put big bracket, VSG. VSG is nothing but VDD minus V in. V in was VOL. Okay, minus mod of VTH of P. यहाँ mod छूट गया है. ठीक है, VTH of P and VSD. VSD means VDD minus V out, and then minus again VDD minus P out whole square big bracket dV out. And what will be the limit here? It will be T3 dash to T3, and here it will be VUL plus lower limit क्या हो जाएगा? VUL plus mod of VTH and P, and the higher limit will be, it will be equals to, what should be the higher limit? Look at the graph. What should be this point? VH. VH तो यहाँ पे है. This is your VH ना?
V 50%.
Yeah, V 50%, because the definition says up to 50% we have to go. And this 50% is nothing but VOH plus VOL divided by 2. Whatever the swing is there, the 50%. So your higher limit will be here now is V 50%. Okay. So left hand side is easy, T3 minus T3 dash will come, but in the right hand side CL is constant. But what about the inside here? If you see in the first term there is a V out term, and the second also V out term is the same like the earlier case. In the previous definition derivation we have seen a product is there, and it is also a function of dV out function is there. So we can what we can do here is we can split this denominator part. So the same splitting process will take place. Splitting means into how it will come. Two parts will be there, and that will be, I have done that part. So directly I will write that one. So it will be 1 by 2 integration. It will be okay. It is 1 by VDD minus V out plus 1 by 2 into VDD minus VOL minus mod of VTH of P. Yeah. This will be the dV out, and what will be the extra factor will be there, that will come into the division part. So that should come, let me check. Okay, somewhere mistake. 1 minute, let me rewrite this equation once again. It's quite big equation. So T3 dash T3 minus T3 minus T3 dash will be equals to, this is splitting I will do now. Here 2 CL by Kp, it is constant, so let us take it outside. Now inside part I will write here. After splitting, what you will get here, 1 by 2 into VDD minus VOL minus mod of VTH of P. This will go inside, then plus why this plus is coming here? हाँ ठीक है, प्लस V out minus VDD, V out minus VDD, okay, and then here plus 1 by VDD minus V out, okay. So just cross check. Once you solve, you should get back this expression and put the limit VUL plus mod of VTH of P, and here you will get V 50%. So now you can do easily because here only one V out term is there, so both will come in the logarithmic one. So once you get the log expression, after solving this one, you will get a logarithmic expression, and that will take the form of CL 2CL by, so 2CL by, here from here 2 will come outside, so this 2 will cancel out, and finally you will get here, after substitution we will get here, yes, CL by KP VOH minus, it is after substitution of V 50% to VOH plus VOL by 2. So VOH minus VOL minus mod of VTH of P ln of 2 VOH minus VOL minus mod of VTH of P divided by VOH minus VOH plus VOL divided by 2 minus 1. Okay, this one is the expression, and further solving will give you CL by KP VOH minus VOL minus mod of VTH of P ln of 4 VOH minus VOL minus mod of VTH of P divided by VOH minus VOL minus 1. Okay, so this is the expression. Equation number 2. Now the final equation TPLH will be the sum of T3 minus T3 dash plus T3 dash minus T2. Adding up these two will be the final expression, and that will take the form of TPLH will be equals to CL by KP VDD minus VOL minus mod of VTH of P into 2 VTH of, such a lengthy equation. I will write in small letters. No, sorry. VTPLH is equals to CL by KP VDD minus VOL minus mod of VTH of P. Okay, this is the constant, and inside the bracket you will get here 2 mod of VTH of P divided by VDD minus VOL minus mod of VTH of P plus ln 4 VDD minus VOL minus mod of VTH of P divided by VDD minus VOL minus 1. Such a nice equation it is. Yes. So this is your TPLH equation. Fine. Now we have to do the analysis. So let us recall the TP. Okay, let us write for the inverter case. For the CMOS inverter. For CMOS inverter, what was VOH is equals to VDD and VOL was equals to 0. So that things will substitute. So the equation will be somewhat minimized. So when you will substitute, TPLH will be equals to CL divided by KP, and it will be VDD minus this VL will go to 0 value. So mod of VTH of P, okay, and inside bracket it will be 2 mod of VTH of P divided by VDD minus mod of VTH of P plus ln 4 VDD minus mod of VTH of P divided by VDD minus 1. Okay. This is the equation for the CMOS inverter. Now if you recall TPHL equation. So TPHL was, I will rewrite that equation for the CMOS inverter. What it was? It was Kn VDD minus Vt of n. In the bracket it was 2 Vt of n divided by VDD minus Vt of n plus ln 4 into VDD minus Vt of n divided by VDD minus 1. Okay. So these are the two charging and discharging equations. These are the two equations, and now we have to analyze these two equations. So in these two equations, you see when what is the case when TPLH will be equals to TPHL? Under what are the cases these two will be equals? These two equations we can make equality. Can you identify looking at the equation?
The threshold voltage is same.
Okay, so first is that VTH of P, I think mod we will write here, should be equals to VT of N. This is the first observation. Second observation for the symmetric case. So only keeping this is whether it will be equal,
Kp and Kn.
Kp should be equals to Kn. So these two conditions are required to make a symmetric inverter. So once this Kp is equals to Kn we write. So what is this? If you recall your Kr expression, what was your Kr? Kr was given by Kn by Kp, I hope. And this was equals to Kr was Kn by Kp. Okay. So this should be equal. This means Kr by Kr should be 1. So for the symmetric inverter, we need the same threshold voltage for the transistors, and also we need the Kr ratio to be 1. Now we will recall the VIL and VIL or VIH expression here, and we'll see whether for VIL and VH whatever the dependency of the Kr and VTH. So if VIL was given by 2V out plus 1 minute 2V out in the form of mod, I will write VTH of P minus VDD plus Kr into Vt of n divided by 1 plus Kr, and your VIH was given as, it was your VDD minus mod of VTH of P plus Kr 2V out plus VTH of n divided by 1 plus Kr, and other things were your VOH was VDD and VOL was 0. So now for the inverter case, if we substitute these two observations, what we got from the time that both thresholds should be same and Kr should be 1. If we substitute this analysis, so what we'll get here, VIL value under that case, it will be 2 V out, this VTHP and this VTN, n will cancel out because Kr is 1. So we will left out with VDD divided by 2. So we can write here V naught minus VDD by 2. And what will be my VIH? That point, it will be VDD minus this VTH of P minus Kr is 1 and this Vtn will cancel out. So we will be left out with plus 2V out. It should be minus VIH. In the equation, I think here minus will be there. Divide by 2. Here, I think here the minus should be there. Just to cross check the equation back, here minus should come. Maybe I have written wrong. Or let me check 1 minute. VIH expression. So your VIH was given by okay. So VIH is it is plus only. Sorry. So it is plus only here. Sorry. So it is VDD minus mod of VTHP plus KR 2V out plus VTN divided by 1 plus KR. So now substitute the VDD minus this will cancel out and then we will left out with VDD plus 2V out. KR is 1, 1, 2 will cancel out. So we will get here VDD by 2 plus V naught. And VIL 2V out minus mod of VTSP minus VDD plus KR VTN. तो ठीक है VT2 KR V out to VTN. ठीक है. So once you substitute, so this minus VDD will come here. Okay, so we'll get this VIL and VIH. Now let us calculate the noise margin case. So for the noise margin case, noise margin low will be equals to NML was VIL minus VOL. So that will be given by V naught minus VDD by 2 and NMH will be given by VOH minus VIH. So that was VDD. This VDD minus VOH minus VIS. Sorry. So VIH is minus VDD by 2 minus V naught. So we get here. Okay, fine. VDD by 2 minus V naught. Okay, VDD by 2 minus V naught, V naught minus VDD by 2. Okay, so these are the noise margin equations. So for the symmetric case, for the symmetric inverter, what we need equal rise and fall time, and also I need equal this logic swings. So if you see here, it is a function of, let's say, V naught. If it is a high signal, so what you will get NML as equals to VDD by 2, means total half of the supply will go for the low logic case. And here once the VDD by 2, the half of the logic will be shared by the logic 1. Okay, so substituting these two criteria, your threshold voltage same and KR equals to 1, we are not only getting the logic swings equal, but we are also getting the equal rise and fall time. The equal propagation delay in your charging and discharging case. Okay. So these two criteria are very important to meet, but however, due to the device the behavior, like mobility of electron cannot be equal to the mobility of hole, this KR and KN and KP cannot be made equal. This can be made equal only how, that we'll see. Threshold voltage is not in our hand. Threshold voltage is the depend upon the manufacturing. So that threshold voltage modulation we can control to somewhat by using the backgate or body effect, where the threshold modulation was taking place. By that mapping, we can somewhat control the threshold voltage to make equal. However, to make Kp and Kn equal, if you expand this one, it is mu P Cox W by L of P, and it was mu N Cox W by L of N. So this mobility is not in our hand. Cox can be made equal. So this means by adjusting W by L, I can make this ratio equal. Okay, so I can say W by L of P by W by L of N should be mapped in such a way that it should satisfy the mu n by mu p relation. If suppose the mobility of electron is twice times, so it will be 2. So whatever the dimension of PMOS will keep, we will keep the twice the dimension of NMOS, so that we can get somewhat the symmetric nature. Okay, so this is in the user hand, W by L ratio. So we have the, actually we have the softwares where you changes the W by L and you can see the curves, okay, the transfer characteristic of the inverter. So all these analysis what I am telling, we can easily do on the software also, and there you can verify your this design equations whether it is satisfying the relations or not. Okay, so okay, one more thing. Since when we were calculating TPLH or TPHL, we have taken the input as how the input curve was. Either it was falling like this, a sharp curve abrupt change was there, or it was a sharp rising curve. Okay. So TPHL equation actual will be square root of TPHL that we have calculated for step input square plus TR by 2 whole square, and TPLH actual will be given by square root of TPLH we have calculated for step input square plus TF by 2 whole square. Okay, so these are the two equations when the rise time and fall time is there in the input. Right now we have not considered the rise and fall time while calculating these values. So that was a case of the equation. So these are the two equations when rise and fall time are not equal to 0. So this is all about your this one. I think from unit 2, the NMOS analysis, sorry, CMOS inverter analysis.
Sir,
Huh?
so can you repeat the last steps again because your connection was not proper?
See, when we have calculated TPLH or TPHL, we have assumed the input to be ideal. Here we have considered fall time as 0 and rise time also 0. We said ki no rise and fall time are existing. But in actual, what happens? This is the case when we are providing, the user is providing the input. जैसे यहाँ पे user is there and it is providing the input to inverter and we are looking at the output. But sometimes what happens, user has provided the input to inverter and this inverter is providing input to another inverter and then output is here. So here what happens, since we have seen due to this ideal input, let's say यहाँ पे ideal input was there, so here the output curve was somewhat rising, so here rise time is coming here. So this rise time will act as a, this whatever the low to high transition time is there, this will provide some rise time to this inverter. So that's why the actual analysis gives you the, when you do the actual for this function, if you want to calculate low to or high to low time, then you have to consider the rise and fall time. So for that you have to follow this expression. Okay, so we saw, so we say TPHL actual is this one. Okay, if condition is given that there is no rise and fall time, then this will equal to 0 and we will get the standard what we have done the derivation. And if rise and fall time is existing, then we have to follow this particular expressions. ठीक है.
Okay.
So these are the actually the design equations, and we have done for the CMOS inverter. Similarly, we can do for the any resistive load or anything. And why these? If you see, just inverter analysis is giving me so complex equations. So that's why we say in digital, if we are doing a perfect analysis of the inverter, that we can replica to the other designs also. Because with inverter we can design other circuits.